All right, my friends. So Darcy writes in asking if she should pay extra towards her mortgage. I just got back from smoking my youngest on the basketball court, so if I look like I'm sweating, I am. Welcome to the club. This is the professionalism you've come to expect from your old buddy Josh. Yeah, I was up 13-0 21. He came back to win 21-18. The second time I was up 11-0, and I ended up winning 21-12, I think. So your old man still got it. 52 years old, still hammering these kids. All right, so here's Darcy. She goes, 18 years and 6 months left at 2.9%. All right, so that's the first thing that jumps out at me. I was like, Eesh. I'm 62, and my hubby's going to be 65. We're both retired and collect Social Security and his pension. We have about $1,800 left after all the bills are paid and expenses. Should we put that money elsewhere? Your thoughts. So basically, I don't know how much they spend, but they get about $1,800 a month that they could put towards the mortgage. And I'll tell you what I told her. I said, Darcy, given you can get 4.5% on money markets and you're only paying 2.9% on your mortgage to the bank, you're literally getting paid to keep your mortgage. I know that seems crazy, but it's the absolute truth. It won't be like that forever. I wouldn't be paying more on my mortgage while getting 4.5% on safe money. I just, no way. So I mean, I'm sitting there thinking, man. Now, she only had like 3 months left or 3 years left. Yeah, I say just go ahead and knock that sucker out. But you got 18 months, 18 years and 6 months. You're gonna have that mortgage for a long time. And even if you paid an extra $1,800, it's still what reduce it to 12 years. I just don't think it's valuable. I mean, see, this is the issue about prepaying a mortgage. And this is what I deal with this myself. I still got a mortgage. And I pay like that like a freaking crazy man. What I get from YouTube goes on my mortgage, no matter how much it is. And I don't have a lot of liquidity. I was just talking to a guy here in Macon, freaking guy kicks crushes, and he doesn't have any liquidity. He's got a lot of real estate, and he's making bank on those rental real estates, but his liquidity is tight. And he's like, man, I need cash. I don't have enough cash. And we're talking. I said, dude, it's okay to borrow against the property. In his case, the rental is paying his mortgage if he borrows against the property, and he's still netting $200 a month. But that's the thing about prepaying your mortgage. Is that if you prepay, and I tell you, and I'm a hypocrite too, because I've been doing it, and I don't have enough liquidity. I'm still digging out of the tax bill I had to pay last year for 2021 taxes, and I thought I had enough liquidity, and I didn't, and I paid a lot on my principal on my mortgage. I was like, oh, I wish I would have had the liquidity as opposed to more equity in my home though, because I had to put it on my home equity line of credit, which I'm paying off, but still, it's like, ah. Oh. And see, that's the issue, is like when you get a big hit to income for whatever reason, out of a big tax bill, you might have a big, I don't know, freaking roof caves in, you got to get new HVAC, many different things, new car. Well, if you have the equity in your house, that's great. But if you still are paying the mortgage down and you have a big hit to your income for whatever reason, to your expenditures. So I hope this makes sense. So you still have the mortgage and you don't have enough liquidity. You see what I'm saying? You get a big bill for whatever it is, tax bill, new car, you name it. That money's got to come from someplace. And you can look at your equity, you're like, well, that's great. But the reason I have all this equity is because I want to prepay my mortgage. But you still have your mortgage bill. So now you have to dip into your portfolio. You have to borrow against your home. And that just kind of defeats the purpose. So for me, and I had a 5-year plan on paying this guy down off. I'm not sure I'm going to do that anymore. I just got to build equity, liquidity. And that's a challenge, dude. It is, because you're like, I just want to pay it off, But when anything hits, I tell you, when you lose your income, freaking anything, when anything hits you that you weren't prepared for. Like I tell you, my tax bill was huge last year. Again, that's for 2021 tax. I wasn't prepared. I had to reach deep and to pay this guy off. I was like, oh, I prepaid a lot too. I was like, I can't believe how big my tax bill was. And I didn't have the cash, and I had all this equity, but yeah, I still have my mortgage. It's not a good place to be. On top of that, now you're literally, the bank is paying you to carry your mortgage. You're borrowing from the bank at 2.9, and yet the bank is loaning to you at 4.5. If that makes sense. You're getting 4.5 interest on the money you loan to the bank, and yet you're paying the bank 2.9 on the money you loan for them. So I wouldn't do it. I'd keep plugging. Now, obviously, when the rates change, let me just look real quick. Anything else? Yeah. She goes, thank you. I'll be 81 when my mortgage is paid off, but see, who cares? I can put my cash to better use at a 4.88% CD. Right. And when that, obviously that won't be like that forever. And then you say, okay, now the CDs are paying 2.5. Well, then you pull out your money from your CD and pay a big part of your principal on your mortgage. That's fine. And your CDs are taxed, I grant you, and you're not really, I guarantee she's not taking any tax deductions because the vast majority of people don't itemize. So the CDs will be taxed probably 12%, we'll just say, if even that. So she'll go from 4.88 minus 12%, whatever that is. For simplicity, we'll say 4 and a quarter. Yeah. All right. Love your thoughts. We'll see you.